All right, I want to give you guys one simple exercise for people who are lacking in self-confidence and trying to develop that. The first thing to understand about self-confidence is that if you're not feeling self-assured, if you're feeling nervous or self-critical, there's a judgment happening underneath there, and it's putting you in this place of anxiety. So the only difference between going into a situation and feeling confident and going into a situation like nervous and palm sweaty and unexcited is how do I feel about myself in the situation? Do I feel like I am sufficient to handle this situation? So if I'm going into a presentation to give a presentation, and if I feel that even if I mess up, that what I have to offer is still interesting and worthwhile and useful and helpful, okay, then I'm not going to feel nervous. I'm just, all right, whatever happens, happens. But if I have a criticism internally that I need to be better, or I need to know more, or I need to be a better speaker, then the experience I'm going to have is going to be one of anxiety and frustration, or wanting to escape, wanting to avoid. So lack of self-confidence always comes from this internal judgment that I have on myself. And the work of building self-confidence is really all about diving into those judgments and seeing, where they come from, and being able to separate myself from that critical, judgmental voice. Okay, so here's a thought. Here would be the exercise that I want to introduce for how to build confidence by identifying these critical thoughts. So let's say you have the thought, I'm a bad public speaker. There's a thought. Okay. So the exercise comes from Byron Katie's The Work, and there are these 4 questions. So we're just going to apply these 4 questions and think about it. The thought is, I'm such a bad speaker. Okay. Question number 1, is it true? Do I actually know that it's true? Right? Maybe you say yes to that, maybe no. Okay. Question number 2, can I absolutely know that it's true? So sometimes I'll say yes the first time, like, oh yeah, I'm a bad public speaker. Like, I just know it. I don't know. I just have a feeling. I just am. So question number 2, can I absolutely know that it's true? What is the actual evidence? How could I know in an objective sense or a factual way that I'm actually bad? What would that even mean? A bad, who decides? Right? So can I actually know this is true? It starts to get at, these are all biased thoughts that we're having, right? Question number 3, how do I react when I believe that thought? So what kind of state does it put me in? Does it put me in a constructive one or a deconstructive one? Does it put me in a state of activity or inactivity, right? Am I moving forward or just totally frozen in place? And the self-critical thoughts are almost always put us in place, keep us in only one spot, keep us from taking action, keep us from taking risks. Okay? So how do I react when I believe that thought? And question number 4 is, who would I be without that thought? So who would I be if I weren't the thought that I'm a bad speaker? Who would I be if I could liberate myself from that thought? Maybe I could be an awesome speaker. Maybe I could be a creative speaker. Maybe I could be good enough. Maybe I could be an interesting speaker, right? Maybe worthwhile. So these 4 questions, I would encourage you to go check it out. Byron Katie's The Work. These 4 questions you can apply everywhere, and they're very helpful for identifying these self-judgmental thoughts, which really, really eat away at our self-confidence. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.